one of the things that I'm super interested in learning more about, and all of us as marketplace founders here, is a kind of a playbook that you use to expand or launch a new market. So, is there one that you kind of use to launch in these markets?
So every market is distinct, and you're going to learn that when you're doing localized marketplaces. And I'm sure each of you on the phone who have done this yourself can attest to that. And the data is at the core of driving decisions. And that was a big turning point for us, where we went from using gut instinct and just being scrappy to finally getting really sophisticated about being able to launch and grow a market in a cost-effective way. So I would say that the major shift happened when I started to bring in the right team members. I brought on a new president in February of 2020, someone whom you know, Rachel West, who is a phenomenal data-driven expert. And she helped us really build out our data and analytics team and really refine the product so we could track effectively. And we doubled down last year during COVID, especially when the market was locked down. It was a very scary time. We didn't know if we were going to, our revenues were going to be 20% of what they were a year prior. And we actually went and had a healthy discussion and debate with the board saying, we're not going to cut back and let people go going into the pandemic, even though we can't tell you what's going to happen, over the next 9 months. But we know that this is an opportunity and a critical time to invest in what we know will drive scale in the company. So we built out, tripled our data analytics team. We tripled our product team. We invested in our tech team. And we launched new product in June of 2020. And that allowed us to be able to measure at the sub DMA level, what we call our districts or markets, and see what that liquidity ratio was in a market. And we could tell if it dropped or if it was off. We could dig in and say, for example, in Chicago last summer, we need 5 more boats, 27 to 32 feet in length, because that's where the conversion rate is dropping. And then I could laser focus the resources that we have. We're expending a lot on human capital on our supply team to just focus on the boats that we need in those markets. And it drove cost-effective outsized growth from, 200 to 600% growth in those markets year over year. So when we came into budgeting this year, Rachel and I told the board, we're going to double the business in 21. And by applying this principle, I can tell you that we have every month more than doubled. We've exceeded that target. And so I think that is a critical step function in our growth and our ability to scale going forward.